Hi there, welcome back. Very happy to have you. Yesterday, President Obama weighed in on Colin Kaepernick's controversial decision not to stand during the national anthem.
He's exercising his constitutional right to make a statement. If nothing else, what he's done is he's generated more conversation around some topics that need to be talked about.
Now, of course, no one is questioning whether the quarterback can legally refrain from standing during the anthem. What people are asking is, should he? And here to weigh in, it's rapper Michael Render, a.k.a. Killer Mike. Oh, Mike,
Hey.
It's so nice to have you back on the show.
I'm very happy to be back, and I know people like Michael Render, Killer Mike. I say Michael Render because my mom, of course, named me Michael
Hi,
Render.
Mom!
So thank you guys for. Kennedy, how you doing?
Good. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm glad your mom is watching. I so dislike racially divisive issues. They make me uncomfortable. I feel like the nation has been split apart along so many lines, and when it comes down to something that sets us apart by race, it makes me really sad. And I think that's what happened with Colin Kaepernick. And as a libertarian, I celebrate anyone's right to free speech. And if this is how he wants to express his political beliefs, even if I disagree with him, I'm fine with that. My problem is the statements that he has made about oppression don't really take us anywhere. When he talks about wanting to end oppression of blacks and minorities in this country, I understand that, but where do we go from there?
Well, actually, he talked about something very particular. That's the general overview. It's like when my wife helped me understand women's issues. When she talks to me, she gives me a general overview, and then she says specifically about reproductive rights this, specifically about what's fair in the workplace is this. So I learned from her. Now, the general overview is that oppression happens. It's that this country, we know there is regulated to race and or class a worse treatment for some people, or the opinion, or it appears to. But what he says as a solution is what we're not hearing, and it's simply that police should be trained better in how to interact with the public. And this is what I'd like to say. We have an opportunity in this moment because we only stand for the national anthem because of athletes. People try to put it on soldiers in war, and I support our soldiers. I don't support all our wars, but I support our soldiers.
I agree with that completely. I agree with that statement completely.
Absolutely. It's only been our national anthem since the 32 Olympics. One of those years we had in the Olympics, we needed a song. 3 songs were given. A conductor chose it. Now we have it. And we've put these other meanings on it. But the significance is an athlete is choosing to say, I'll kneel respectfully, but I'll do it because I want police reformation in this country.
Well, I think
in this country.
I understand, and I share that. And we have talked about on the show a lot. We have talked about criminal justice reform. We have talked about practical... Excuse me, I get so choked up. We talked about practical matters and ways that police departments can better interface with all sorts of communities, communities of color.
But that's vague stuff. That's vague.
Okay, but it's not necessarily vague when we're talking about specific criminal justice reform. When he says, I'm not standing up because of oppression, I could retire on his $11.8 million of oppression a year. I mean, that's fantastic oppression. That's not oppression.
Of his statement. That's the first part of his statement. The first part is, I see oppression on this particular group of people. What oppression? In particular, he talks about police violence. Now, in Atlanta, let me give you an example. A young man was shot in a car. A policeman said that the car was suspected stolen, found out to be not true. He said the young man was attacking or potentially coming at him, turned out that to be true. You know what happened in the city of Atlanta? That policeman was fired. That policeman was brought up on charges. That policeman is going to be prosecuted. If we start seeing more of that, you'll start seeing this young man stand, as I'm sure he wants to, for our national anthem. America, I just tweeted it a few minutes ago. The answer and the solution is very simple. Look at the Justice Department report in Ferguson. Even though no one got prosecuted, it said that in an exorbitant amount of times, these people are being persecuted by police departments. Not only black people, poor people are being targeted. We're giving...
That's absolutely right, but there are poor people
in this country...
There are in cities like that, in cities like Bell, there are people who are taken advantage of, and once they get into the system, it's impossible for them to get out of it.
Absolutely. So it is not just a black problem. He's approaching it from the black stance, but what I challenge people to do out there, poor white people in Arkansas, poor white people in Mississippi, Tennessee, North Georgia, think about your experiences with tickets, with illegal search and seizures, and kneel with him. If our police departments become more like Officer Tommy Norman in North Little Rock, actually actually getting out of their car and communicating with people, I guarantee you'll see us all standing up patriotically, because I love this country as much as the next person.
I mean, I want to know what is the point where Colin Kaepernick and other people talking about this issue will acknowledge that things have gotten better. I'm not going to kneel. You know why? I love this country. This country has been great to my family. My family were poor peasant hemp farmers who had their farm taken away in Romania and came over and made a life for themselves. I'm incredibly patriotic.
Better is not American. American is giving me I don't want better. I want my full constitutional rights. See,
I think everyone is equal under the law, and everyone deserves to have their full constitutional rights.
But we're not being treated equally. Whenever you have police precincts that are shown by Justice Department reports to particularly target certain areas, we know that's against the Constitution, and we should be supporting efforts to change that. So now, better than having cancer is in remission. Best is I've totally wiped it out. It never came back. I died peacefully at home at 80 years old. So better is okay, but we should want full constitutional rights for every American, regardless of race, creed, or color, or anything short of that is not better.
Okay, so until it's perfect, do you think that everyone should sit down for the national anthem?
I think until we are working toward perfection, we should not criticize those who kneel for reminding us that we aren't perfect yet.
I understand that. There's a lot that needs to happen with this conversation. We need to continue to have a conversation about specific criminal justice reform, and I'm so happy to do it with you anytime. Michael Render, you are an amazing person, and your mom birthed a good human, so thank her for that.
Thank you, love.
Love to you back. Thank you.